to Sumaya English Primary School, class 6th, and the subject is English. And the chapter is 3.2, and the name of the chapter is Seven Sisters. Here the word Seven Sisters, you will remember that it is the sister. No, this is the seven sister. It has been told for the states. Here is the map. We can see the Arunachal Pradesh, Assam, Meghalaya, Nagaland, Manipur, Tripura, and the Mizoram. These are the seven sisters in this chapters. Means they are related to very close to each other. That's why the name it is given as a seven sister states. So one by one we will see here about this state. Here is some introduction of this chapter we will see. Here we have suggested the seven sisters, that is of the northeast in India, still unexplored about the isolated territories to most of you and to the rest of the world. Yes, it is a fact. This is one of the territories also we can say it. Our sister Sikkim lies to the north, but we seven sisters are contiguous to each other. Contiguous means it is very close to each other. But India's sisters we can say it as a Sikkim. So we are very famous. We means they are talking about their state. They are very famous for their natural beauty, different types of forest, wild animals, and the colorful costumes according to their states, and the traditional jewelry, many types of flowers, their unique dance, music, everything we can see, each and everything are different from each other. That means the whole area has been covered with the nature loves. One of the world's biodiversity hotspot also we can say it. So these are the things which we will see very deeply one by one. That is the seven sister state. So first sister, that means the first state name is Arunachal Pradesh, which is also known as the name Land of the Rising Sun. Now we will see here what is the Arunachal Pradesh. The another name I have told you, the another name is given as a Land of the Rising Sun and the Land of the Downlit Sun. So here is the Arunachal Pradesh state. Their people are very simple here, and many people, that means the many tribal people, the tribes people used to speak their own languages here, and their diet is maximum it is made up of rice. With that rice they used to take fish, meat, and many green vegetables. And very popular here, there are very popular dish which is known as the momos, which is steamed buns with meat or vegetable stuffing. That means one bun is there, inside that bun they used to keep the meat or some vegetables. Afterwards they used to stuff this bun. That name is known as the momos. And here we can see the land is totally with the green forest, lakes, waterfalls, and very deep river valleys also we can see here. And one more very famous cave is there which is made up of limestone, known as the Tape Nuru, and the forest reserves is also there, and we can see here variety of wildlife also. And one more famous thing is the here Buddhist monastery. It is the point, it is a visit point, that is a tourist point we can say, which is 400-year old it is. That is a Buddhist monastery which is at Tawang, and they used to enjoy their cultural festivals also. That is known as Zero. So one more very famous thing is that is a tiger project. That means we can see many tigers in the tiger project. That is the name is the Nam Dapa. So here we can see the many wildlife sanctuaries also. Wildlife sanctuaries means here we can see very different types of wildlife. National park where we can see very rare animals is the birds and the plants. and it is also the home. Arunachal Pradesh is also the home to India's first orchid sanctuary. Orchid sanctuary, sanctuary means it is the zoo, we can say, where we are saving the wildlife. Here the orchid means in the sanctuary only we can see the orchid bird. This was about the Arunachal Pradesh. Now we will next go to the second sister, that is the Assam. That means the next state. Here is the Assam, which is also known as the Ahom. It is the land between the very beautiful valleys, that is the of the Brahmaputra and the Barak rivers. These are the two beautiful valleys. It is in the middle. So that's why they used to known as the gateway to the seven sister. So Assam is also known as the gateway to the seven sister. Here we can see the cuisine, which is the own distinctive aromas and the flavors. Means here we can see their own flavors, which is produced there only in the Assam only. And another very known, it is the artistic, different types of dance forms also, and the elegant temples, means very beautiful and very unique temples we can see in the Assam. And here is a river which is connected with the territory, and there is the land which is very lush. Lush means it is very beautiful with the greenish and very fertility also the land is there. And the land also we can see the wetland, orchards, and here is very famous things we can see, that is the tea estates, where we get the tea leaves. That is very big estates we can see in the Assam. Many forests and the park also. Now the next one is the very famous things which we can see in the general knowledge also, that is the Kaziranga National Park and the Manas National Park, which is the World Heritage Site. It is the world tourist thing that each and everyone knows. And here the landscape, the making of the land was like a golden green, because there is a rice field we can see there, and the tea estates. These two things are very famous in the Assam. That's why they are picturesque. Picturesque means by making their land, we can see the land, it looks like a golden green. And next one is the, so Assam is world famous for the tea. And one more thing, many points is there in the Assam, that is the Assam's lifeline. If we are talking, that is the Brahmaputra is the Assam's lifeline. And many minerals we can see in the Assam's, that is because of the land, because the land is very much rich in the petroleum, natural gas, coal, limestone, and many other different types of small minerals we can see. And in the Assam states we can see the silk also, woven silk, that means handmade woven silk, means by the handicraft, means by the hands they used to make the clothes, which is very natural colors and very much beautiful designs. And their women, the Assam's women used to wear the fairy tales also with their looms, hand looms we can say. With the hand looms they used to weave very beautiful fairy tales clothes, because their silk fabric was very good, and their fabrics was name is Iri, Muga and Pat. These are the very famous fabrics, that is the silk fabrics. It is very much famous in the world, and it is very much fashionable in the world. And it is also known as, the Assam is also known as a land of the fairs and the festivals, because here very beautiful and different types of festivals we can see. The main festival, the major festival of Assam is the Bihu. In this, one more thing is the cane and the bamboo are the inseparable part of my life. Of my life means of their life, Assam's life, which is not separated. Two things is always which it is with them, that is the cane, sugar cane and the bamboo. So it is the last sentence is also there, because it is like Assam is like a palaces. So don't forget to visit the Assam. So the next one is the Meghalaya. The another third one is the sister, that is the Meghalaya, which is another state we can say. The Meghalaya capital, the capital city of the Meghalaya is the Shillong, which is also known as the Scotland of the East. The Scotland, the country's name which is given as the Shillong, is name given as the Scotland of the East, because of its highlands, fog and the scenery. These are the three main things in the Meghalaya we can see, that is the lands are highlands. The lands is to be very big highlands, and we can see always the fog is there, mist and the fog, very beautiful scenery also we can see. By seeing these three things, they have given the name Scotland of the East. So in this people, the people of the Meghalaya, they used to speak many languages, that is the English, Kasi, Nar and Garu. These are the different types of languages they used to speak. And there we can see the very much greenery and beautiful scenery. And there are valleys also there, lakes is also there, numerous lakes means many lakes we can see. Beautiful waterfalls is there, different types of caves is also there, and the forest is also there, and different types of plants and animals. Here the word flora and the fauna it is given. The flora and the fauna means different types of plants and animals. And here the cultivation is very much famous. I have two things, that is the jhum, which is also known as the shifting cultivation, is very much famous in the Meghalaya, which is even today also they are practicing this cultivation. We can see very lovely mountains also, which is very stretched. Stretched means it is a broad like a valley, and the plateaus are very highland plateaus also we can see. And another important thing is that here also we can see the minerals, which is very valuable, which contains the rich deposits of the coal, limestone, uranium and the sillimanite. And there are many rivers also. So they are inviting us to visit this place. That means there is one more very much famous places, that is very wettest place on the earth we can see in the whole world. In the whole earth, if we will talk about the wettest means totally it is a moist places, which is known as the Chira Punji, which is the Mosin Ram. And we can see here the several national park also and the wildlife sanctuaries also. Before also I have explained you about the national parks and the wildlife sanctuaries. Here also it is there. So we have to visit here. And one more, the another famous thing is the longest cave. Cave everyone knows. Longest means it is a very longest. Largest is very big. Longest is the lengthy things we can see. The longest cave, it is very famous, and the cave is very deep also. That is the longest cave name is the Cream Liat Pra, and which is the deepest cave is the Sairang Pamyang. So here is the two famous cave also. One is the longest and one is the deepest. And here is the festival which is very famous in the autumn season. In the autumn season we can see the Wangala festival, which is celebrated in this state. So now the next one is the sister Manipur, which is also known as the jewel of India. That is another state is there. Here is the fourth sister, that is the Manipur is the fourth state. And it is another name, it is also given the jewel of my mother. Jewel of my mother means jewel of the land. And their nickname is also given. The Manipur's nickname is the Kanglia Park, that is the another name, Sanalik Park. and the capital of the Manipur is the Imphal. So many of the people belonging to this Manipur have their own group, ethnic group, their own religious group, and they used to speak the languages, that is the Manipuri languages, and the another name of the Manipuri languages is the Methi. And the people, those who lives in the Manipur, their special diet is consist of, they used to consume mainly the rice, fish, and the large varieties of the leafy vegetables also they used to eat. And both the things they used to eat, the aquatic and the terrestrial. But if we will talk about the cuisine which we have studied in the Assam also, it is totally so different from the rest of the India. If we will talk about the India, it is totally different from this variety, because here the herbs and the roots are very much famous and very much good taste in this state. So here we can see the variety of the, here also we can see the variety of the flora and the fauna. Flora and the fauna means different types of plants and the animals also we can see. Here we will see the very rarely plants and the animal life which we cannot see anywhere else. It is a very special, especially that animals and the plants we will get in the Manipur also. Here is the one more national park, famous national park, that is the Kibul Lamjoy National Park, and the endangered species of the broad, that is the broad antlered deer, which we can find it down in the Manipur only. If we will talk about the ecosystem, that is a biodiversity, here we will get the 17 rare species of the mammals. That 17 rare species of the mammals which we can find it down in the Manipur only. In any other places we can't say this thing, because it is the only floating national park of the world. Because if we will talk about the whole world, in this national park only we can see these types of species of mammals. And one more islands we can, if we will talk about the islands, here is the Lothak Lake and the floating islands, which is very much famous. And the another thing is the, in the Manipur, there is a Manipuri dance, which is one of the most very classical dance in our country also we get, because in our country if we will talk about the most famous classical dances, that it comes in the Manipuri. And many folk dances is also there, which is conducted by the tribal people. In that state the tribal people is also there, they used to use the folk dances, and their costumes is very simple and very graceful rhythm. So we have to visit one time there, that is the Manipur, and where we should not not to fail to witnesses the Manipuri. And one more famous thing is the martial arts, that is the Tang Ta and the Sarit Sarak. So this is the Manipuri martial arts, and this is also one of the very much famous in the Manipur. Thank you very much. The another part we will see in the next video.